And we're live. Hello, everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, and welcome to today's episode number 146 of the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues. As you guys are logging in, if you'd be kind enough to say where you're logging in from, hit the like button and feel free to continue doing so throughout the dialogue. If you're catching the final edit video over on the YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support the program, visit jkdrebel.com, click on the Rebel Gear link, and check out what we offer. But of course, the best thing you can do is to share this video and spread the word about the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues. Okay, so my dialogue partner today, Andrew, what's the right way to pronounce your name?
Tsyganok.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're here with Andrew Tsyganok, and we met on Facebook because he put up a video, and you know, when you put up a video on Facebook, then everybody starts commenting. And that's how Andrew and I came together. So I want to welcome you. You're adding an international flavor to the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues. I really appreciate. It's midnight in Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That. Okay. Well, I appreciate your staying up. So, can you tell me? Can we start with this? What are the choices for martial art for people who are interested in martial art? What are their choices in Kyiv?
Choices. It's quite an interesting question. Most sportsmen, most people who are interested in martial arts, mostly choose MMA or Muay Thai or kickboxing, and then karate, aikido, jiu-jitsu. It's more like exotic styles in our country, and it's actually not very small topic about this. If you're interested, we can talk about it later. So yeah.
So because I mean, sports in general in Ukraine are very popular.
Yes.
Right.
It's actually, you know, every country has its own popular thing. For example, the most popular, as far as we see here in the USA, it's movie. You know, it's Hollywood movies.
Mm-hmm.
In our country, is actually not so popular at all. Yeah, and in our country, sport is very popular, and combat sport is very popular.
Now,
And it's at the same time good, and at the same time, you know, it's not full, it's not complete. It means that we got a lot of combat sports, but not much, you know, applied martial arts.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, we'll talk about. I wanted to ask you, what's the effect of having Lomachenko and the two brothers Klitschko? What's the effect having famous Ukrainian boxers, right? So they're world famous. What's the effect on combat sports in Ukraine?
Well, actually, for boxers, they are very popular guys, and actually, every sportsman, not even a boxer, maybe even kickboxer or Muay Thai boxer, respect these guys very much because they're champions. They took part in the serious competitions, tournaments, and they shown at the whole world that they're worth to be like respected people, respected guys. They reached the success with their own power.
Yeah.
Well, so yes, we're proud of these guys. Yeah,
Nice.
one of two Klitschko brothers now is our mayor of the city.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it similar then to like in the United Kingdom or even in here in the US, where the traditional arts came first and they are still more popular, or is MMA like the most popular thing now?
Well, actually, the MMA is more popular thing, and we even got, it's quite annoying and funny thing that in Ukraine there is our version of MMA. It is called hoarding, and
Okay.
actually, it's what differs hoarding from MMA?
What?
The Just the name, yes. Maybe some clothing elements, but still it is MMA. And if to take pancration as a way of combat sport,
Yeah.
also an MMA. Well, it means that mixed martial arts are the most popular in our country, and it seems to be most popular in all the world.
Okay. Is there some other native Ukrainian martial art as well?
Native Ukrainian, well,
Yeah.
it's a quite interesting thing, but we got our, it is called hopak.
Yes,
It's
that's it. That's the one.
Cossack dancing. We got a combat hopak, but it's quite. Mm, it's not so simple because some of people are saying that it is our ancient art came from Cossacks. There are Russian Cossacks and Ukrainian Cossacks. They're a little
Right.
bit, yeah, from Ukrainians. Others are saying that this martial arts started to be known, not even famous, but known after Soviet Union fall, 1991.
Mhm.
Well, according to this theory, combat hopak was invented exactly when Ukraine started to be independent. Well, I'm not denying that this time at some 17th or 18th age, it was some martial art at Cossack place. It's like in the Middle Ages, some British knights got got their own martial art, but. These guys weren't creating schools, were keeping their knowledge like Oriental guys,
Right.
like Kung Fu, Karate. They are open schools and they were saving this art to the next generations.
Hmm.
I doubt that these kind of Western arts were saved in some kind of schools, which will be given to the next generations, etc.
Right.
Formally, yes, we got our martial art. We got even clubs. We got even some communities. Yes, it's existed and it is exist. But now, maybe in 100 or 200 years, it will be a national traditional martial art of Ukraine because it will take like 1 or 200 years,
Hmm.
to become a historical art. And
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, actually, I can say that we got our traditional martial art.
Okay. Yeah. And there's the like the full contact version, and then there's the sport version or something, or the dance version, or something like that.
Traditional version. Let's talk
Okay.
traditional. Maybe some of those guys are trying to, experiment with their luck and they're going for some competitions. Maybe if this guy is quite talented, he will win, he'll got some glory, he'll move forward. But, you know, I don't. I don't know any combat hopa club which
Okay.
will be a sport federation, or it will send their guys to the sport competitions or something like this. There
Right.
are clubs, but it's more like traditional art.
Okay. So it sounds to me like in Ukraine, you have, when it comes to martial arts, you have some of the same issues that we might have here in the US. There are people who, since there's variety, there are people who like this, there are people who like that, and then they'll probably argue with each other. You know,
You
is
you
it
know,
the same?
man, you can't even imagine how people argue here between each other. And it's for me it's much more easier to communicate with Western people than with Slavic people sometimes, because I'm not saying that everybody is like one or two, but mostly when I speak to some Western guy, he will listen me, and maybe he will not be agree with me. Maybe he got his own vision, but still he is not agree with me. But he understands that I got my own vision, and it is not the reason to hate me or to argue with me. It doesn't mean that I'm not right. It means I have my vision, my own point of view. In our country, not even in Ukraine, but Ukrainian, Russians, Belarus, mostly, not everybody, but mostly, there is two opinions. First is mine, the second is wrong. Yeah. In most occasions sound like this. Well, it's simple. This is bullshit. What I'm saying is a perfect thing, and this is the basement of arguing.
Right.
The argue can come out like this.
Wow.
Yeah. So
does it lead to blows, the argument?
Actually, sometimes, but we got civilized people who will like, man, whatever,
Right.
He's understanding that the arguing it leads to nothing, so it is no reason to argue, because I'll stay with my opinion, he will stay with his opinion, so I don't see the reason to do it.
Right.
But most of sportsmen who just live for arguing, for competition, they will argue till the end of the life.
What because Ukraine is in the news in the United States a lot. Yeah, a lot. Okay. But I'm wondering what's the degree of Western influence in your country?
Actually, the Western influence is everywhere, because according to my vision, that's after the Second World War, when the 50s came, all fashion started to be the one all over the world. In Soviet Union, even it was some elements of Western fashion, like disco style or some Western style, cowboy ties like here. It was in fashion in Soviet Union. It was the time. Well, it got a very big influence, actually.
Okay.
We got the same too.
Since we're talking about style, I want to show you this. Who designed that stuff? Okay. I mean, because you can spend about 1 hour reading everything. That's
actually not much. There's only two phrases, but on rush guard and on pants, same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of words, I know, but it's like that is the influence of MMA clothing style,
Okay.
I was fond of designing, of combat sport designing, and after 2012, I started to buy this MMA stuff, MMA shorts, and like Hayabusa, like Venom, tape out. Tape out is much more simple, but Hayabusa and Venom there is a lot on one shorts, and on one rush guard there is totally a lot. But they got one brand, one symbol, and around this symbol there's everything else.
Okay.
For example, my symbol, a short variety of my symbol, it's if you are looking under my dragon tattoo, it's TF.
Yeah.
It's above JKD symbol. TF, it's the main logo of my gym. It's quite simple. But everything else, it's like words, JKD, combat force, and blah blah blah.
Where
I got
did
MMA version like this. Yeah,
where did you get the name from? Combat Force.
just from the head. You know,
Okay.
it was quite interesting story. I went. I left my old place of work. It was a gym of one my old friend, and we got not very bad discussion. We got an opposite visions for some things, and I decided to go out and to make my own gym. So, and I'm just starting to think theoretically, how should it sound like? Well, combat force, it came itself like. Well, I thought that okay, combat force, it's quite simple. It's not too philosophical. It's, you're here and you know the meaning already.
Right. Okay. So what did you first do for martial arts, and then we'll circle around to JKD.
Uh, Repeat it, please.
I'm sorry. What was your start in martial arts?
My start. Okay, I was 7 years old, and there was one man who really encouraged me to start doing martial art. It was Jackie Chan, and it was Wills and Mills movie.
Yeah.
It was the last fight in the old castle with Jackie Chan and Benny Urquidez.
Okay.
Now, I left this video of my work. You know, I'm a former stuntman, and I've made this video. I left on the page of this group.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, it was like some kind of funny, but still it got some info of my start
Okay.
of being interested in martial arts. So, but first of all, I told my parents when I was 7 years old, I want to be like Jackie Chan. I want to fight like him. And it was the time of 90s. It was a really harsh time after Soviet Union fall, especially in Slavic countries.
Yeah.
It was a lot of gangsters because perestroika. It's where when everything was changing, and at that time, not even now, but at that time, my parents thought that some striking styles like karate, like Wing Chun, was too aggressive, and they sent me to Aikido section.
Ah.
Aikido is the only one style which doesn't fit me. I cannot understand it. I've been training like 3 years. I couldn't understand most of things in this style. I'm not saying that it's bad. I know the guy who is Aikido genius. 3 years and he was a black belt instructor, and he really can do kotegaeshi from jab cross, from a very fast jab cross. I think he is a genius in this sphere, but I'm definitely not. And but still, it gave me some start, some basics of my physical shape, my reflexes, and then I was given to Wushu Sanda when I was like 9 years old. 9, 10, 11 years old. Yeah, I've been training Wushu Sanda. It was mine, and it's like an irony. I was given to Aikido that it's much more soft, it's much more for defense, not for attacking. But my my sphere is more striking sphere. It's like kickboxing. It was like boxing, Muay Thai. I've been training then Taekwondo WTF seriously, and it was my first serious style. Which, I was training, understanding what I'm doing, and I got a very respect to my unfortunately dead instructor. And then it started. Then I started the way of learning martial arts, and that is the interesting thing. How I started to come to Jeet Kune Do, because for now even I'm the only one certified instructor in the whole Ukraine.
Right.
Because in our country, everybody knows Bruce Lee, but if 1 of 10 will know the JKD, it is lucky.
Okay. You have
Yeah.
the same. You have a similar situation to here in the U.S.
Really?
Yes, yes. More people, and I've tested this at like conferences, business conferences. I've asked people, hands up, how many of you know the name Bruce Lee? 95% of the hands go up. How many people know his art, Jeet Kune Do? Have you heard of his art, Jeet Kune Do? 20%. But everybody knows the name. Yeah. But I have to, but so you mentioned World Taekwondo Federation.
Yeah.
You mentioned Aikido. You mentioned Wushu Sanda. When and how did all that stuff come into your country?
All this stuff.
Yeah.
Taekwondo, it was like the beginning of new era after Soviet Union fall, 1991.
Okay.
It was the year when all these Oriental martial arts started to be legal. So and they
Ah,
to develop.
right.
Yeah, it was some closed underground clubs
Yeah.
at the period of Soviet Union. But if our militia will figure out that you are in this club, you'll go to jail just for learning martial arts.
Wow.
And we got a lot of instructors who were in jail just for being a martial art instructor, for being karate instructor.
Jesus.
So yeah, because it was like the government thought that it was some kind of dangerous to
Right.
let civilian people know the Oriental martial arts. The only thing we got at the Soviet Union was sambo, not combat sambo, but just sports sambo, simple sports sambo, judo, wrestling, and boxing. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, and
Huh.
yeah, we got quite good wrestlers actually. But most of them are Caucasian guys. But still,
Yeah.
yeah, we do have. Soviet Union boxing style was respected by Muhammad Ali, even, and he has been coming here. But still, if we're talking about Oriental martial arts like karate, taekwondo, it started to be popular since they started to be legalized.
Okay.
1991, and
Okay.
I was born in 1989, and when I started to learn Taekwondo, it was 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about rugby and football? They're popular too, right?
For football, we got different types of football. In our country, football means soccer.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
very popular. It is one of the most popular sports. We got two of the most popular sports. It's football, soccer, and boxing.
Ah.
But yeah, it's kind of popular. Boxers and football players earn a lot of money. But still, it is funny to watch. The guys who are interested in football. Not very big amount of guys are interested as a sportsman, but a lot of guys are interested sitting, drinking beer, and screaming. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's this popular sport in our country.
I'll check and see if that description, if they're not very Scottish, then the way you describe them, they might be from Scotland.
Where?
And the description, the guys who like to drink and cheer, might be that might be a little bit like the Scottish.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll check. I'll check. Listen, so you are the only legitimate Jeet Kune Do in the whole country.
Me? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about that. You got interested in martial art because of Jackie Chan.
Yep.
How did the Bruce Lee influence come along? Because I assume it's Bruce Lee is the influence.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, it was in my as far as I remember from my childhood, Jackie Chan was like an idol. It was my the most favorite movie hero.
Mm-hmm.
But Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan was shown a lot on TV. Every weekend. We have been watching Jackie Chan movies, but Bruce Lee was like a legend. Bruce Lee movies were shown very seldom, but everyone heard about him. Everybody knew him, and since. As I told you before, Oriental martial arts were forbidden in Soviet Union.
Right.
Everybody started to make some legends, some myths about it. That it was forbidden because it was dangerous of its chi energy, which is coming out. And Bruce Lee was the first guy who was told that he got some unnatural power, like a Jedi. He could kill you just with the force influence, like he'll watch you and you will
Yeah.
yeah. And
Right.
it was like a mystery. It was like a legend guy, but just time was running and I was understanding that actually yes, he was like a legend, but not in that way we
Hmm.
used to hear. He wasn't some sort of sorcerer or some wizard, who could kill people on the looking. Uh, but still, it got some time to realize him, to realize JKD, because it will sound funny, but when I was 17 or 18 years old, I haven't even known how JKD should look like. Because I've been watching Bruce Lee movies, I already got a computer, I got a discs or maybe downloaded movies.
Right.
Uh, and I saw him on the screen. I saw his style in Enter the Dragon, Fist of Fury, but still I knew that it is not actually JKD. It's movie choreography based on JKD.
Right.
So how JKD should look like. Okay, then I started to Google to search. I found some videos, but still it wasn't clear for me how should it look like a system, because I've seen Tommy Carudo's videos. It was like, wow, he's a very fast guy. How
Yeah.
can he be so fast? Well, and I didn't realize every movement he was doing,
Right.
but it was beautiful. It was like magnificent. But the first guy I saw the video of JKD where I saw a system was Ron Balikia.
Okay.
I found his 7 or 8 tutorials
Yeah.
with 50 minutes length per each one.
Hmm.
And I've seen, that it can be divided onto boxing, focus miss workout. It can be divided into trapping. Yeah, I heard about trapping first that time. It can be divided um, about everything, actually,
Yeah.
about Chisao, about even some student Tao forms. Wow, JKD they shouldn't have any form, but it was quite clear about this when I met my mentor, Sifu Joaquim Almeria.
Hmm.
He was Daniel Asante student, and as far as I know, he has been a student of Ted Wong as well.
Hmm.
And then it started to be clear after on Baliki videos, and then after that I realized that there are some several categories which arguing already like JKD concepts versus original JKD,
Yeah.
and yeah, like this. And actually, when I was reading some comments between these people or watching their opinions, it's like I don't understand what is going on, because it's like funny and sad at the same time, because Bruce Lee wanted, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but according to my opinion, Bruce wanted to create a bridge for all martial arts. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean he wanted to make all martial arts as itself with the into one style. No,
Yeah.
he just wanted to make a bridge between them, and besides that, we now got different communities who is always arguing with each other. that is right, that is wrong. You doesn't you don't have a clue.
Right.
Neither you are. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
It,
quite sad actually.
it is sad. And the thing is, I mean, to me, the most impactful thing is that you live in a place where it wasn't even allowed for a period of time. You could get yourself in trouble, right,
Right.
for indulging in this thing. So you have a perspective that somebody like me, I have no idea what it means to. You mean if I want to train martial art, I could go to jail? I could never have that kind of perspective. So knowing that, it really is sad that somebody starts to comment on your videos without knowing who you are or how you came to be. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, people they always want to talk and not ask questions. So Joaquin Almeria, how did that happen? You went to him, he came
No.
to you.
Actually, it is quite interesting story. When thinking about this story, I'm starting to understand that if you really want something, you'll get it. Earlier or later, you'll get it
Mm-hmm.
because it was the time I've just opened my gym, and I got a guy who wrote me in the Facebook, "Hey, my name is Ivan. I'm from the USA. I'm here in Kyiv. I love Ukraine very much, and I'm a very big fan of Bruce Lee. I'm training Jeet Kune Do, and I found you as the only one gym where Jeet Kune Do is trained.
Mm-hmm.
And can we meet? Can I come to your gym to talk?" Yeah, of course. Okay, just come. He came to my gym. His name is Ivan Rex Leon. We started to be good friends. He got a lesson. He has taking part in my lesson, GKD lesson, and then we started to be a very good friends. Then later he told me that his teacher is Joaquin Almeria. He has been training at Jerry Petit, JKD as well when Jerry Petit was alive.
Mm-hmm.
He has been taking classes, taking lessons even with Ted Wong. Well, he showed me his photos, pictures at the Bruce Lee's grave,
Yeah.
and yeah, he told even that he was at Bruce Lee's grave, and he gave a promise to move this Jeet Kune Do, to move his art to the world, to make new friends and make new connections between friends. Well, and he is really, inspired guy with something, uh, and he's doing all this stuff. And then we got a chat when he came to Kiev again. We went to a pub. We got a chat, and I've just told him once that uh, it would be very very good to invite some guy here to Kiev, if he is a JKD instructor, to give a seminar to make Jeet Kune Do more popular here.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Kiev, in Ukraine, it's not as popular as somewhere in the West. But after your wars, I'm starting to doubt it. Yeah, but still, and after that, we just switched the topic to talk about. And then in a couple of weeks, he suggested me to invite his master, his instructor, Joaquim Almeria. And I told, man, actually, I'm not earning so much money. I don't have a lot. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, come on, man. I don't want to owe you. Don't worry about it. Well, he just organized a seminar with his teacher, Joaquim Almeria. He came here, and, before he came, I was just at the enthusiastic club of JKD. I wasn't, like a certified instructor by somebody. I've
Right.
just, I've just known some concepts, JKD concepts. I've already known that it shouldn't have any style, like it. it doesn't have any original, movements like Wing Chun does, like this. Well, yes, I thought that this kind of jab, a vertical fist jab, was
Mhm.
some kind of original, but still, it is a simple jab of old school boxing, as far I figure out later.
Right.
Uh, Still, it's a concept which allows to transform your technique to an interception fist, and it was only like Ron Baliki tutorials, some other guys tutorials. My experience, because I've been training martial arts for 20 years. That period, I started to do it, Jeet Kune Do. I've learned Kung Fu, some combat Kung Fu of Vietnam. It's like closed school. I've been training ninjutsu, and it was the time when I wanted to to choose, what to train is better.
Yeah.
Taekwondo. I've been training Taekwondo. Okay, I'll take Taekwondo and we'll train it more. And then, half a year after hard training of Taekwondo, it's quite boring. I'll train ninjutsu rather. Yeah, I've taken ninjutsu, started to train it. Well, I wanted to standardize. I always wanted to standardize. I even started to think to create my own style. It should be, standardized. And after all this stuff, I just thought that, man, wait, all martial arts are almost the same thing. And
Yeah.
I started to understand what Bruce wanted to tell to everybody. And I even know that he didn't want to give a name to JKD because, it will standardize it.
Yeah.
And he just given the name just because reporters were asking, like, man, tell me what the name of the art you are training, you're studying, you're teaching. Okay. And he created a name, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. But still, it shouldn't have a style. Jeet Kune Do, as Joaquim Almeria told, it is an idea. Well, because I'm using sources I'm in touch with, because I don't have, I'm not in touch with every sources. But
Mhm.
still, Joaquim Almeria is my mentor, and once he told that JKD is an idea first. It is an idea of the interception of. It is an idea of freedom, of having no limitations to express yourself. It's to just having no limits, and it is an idea of the interception,
Okay.
using the most simple things,
Yeah.
most simple tools, and the most reliable tools. If there is more simple thing to discharge somebody, I'll use this more than I'll dance around him, trying to twist his hand, his arm, and so on. That is one of idea. It is it is a GKD idea.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah. Right now on Facebook, we have one of those long discussions. It's got like 300 comments on it. And I think the guy who put it up, it's something about, if Jeet Kune Do is not a style, then how come it has certain principles and techniques that everybody does? Have you seen that one?
No. I'm not. I don't see the comments. I just seen my picture and your picture, and maybe it's
Oh, okay. No, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
okay.
Right? Yeah, but this is a new discussion
Yeah.
on Facebook. So how do you, when you put a video on Facebook,
hmm
how do you decide what you're going to put? Like, because I mean, you have a lot of videos. I saw a lot of stuff. So is it you just turn the camera on and whatever you're doing, you
No.
put it up, or
You mean put up into Facebook in my private page, or on the in the group?
in the group?
In the group.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm putting. I'm trying to put the videos which, according to my opinion, shows JKD elements. Everything I put it includes JKD elements, but still JKD is it's simple, but it has no form. And if I'll put some video with some takedown or throwing or grappling elements, there will be a lot of guys who say, "Hey man, it's MMA, it's not JKD." Somebody will say it's not even MMA, it's like judo or jiu-jitsu. It's not JKD. For some people, JKD is based only on on straight lead eye jab and groin kick. Straight,
Right.
it's a front leg groin kick. I love this stuff, actually, really. I like groin kick. I like eye jabs, but it's not the only stuff I use
Right.
because I got discussion with one guy in the comments. It wasn't even discussion. It was like two comments of asking, two comments of answering, and he just put it a comment. Why are you blocking? So it was a video when a guy throws me a straight lead punch. I'm just catching, then blocking and hooking with the same hand.
That's the video.
Yeah.
That's
And
the one.
like, why are you blocking? Why you don't just punch him without any defense or block? Because he told, I teach my guys not to block at all. I teach my guys to attack with the interception. Okay, it is an idea of Jeet Kune Do to attack before he attacks me, but still, the situation cannot be perfect. And for example, if you got a struggle with two of guys, if you down with one, you're turning your head and you already see a punch is flying to your face, and you are realizing that you cannot intercept, cannot make this eye jab or a knee kick at the same time. The only option for you is to cover your head or to make a paksao block. If you don't know how to do it, you'll eat the punch.
Right.
So it's like it's not the main idea to catch punches, with the covering head or blocks, but still you should have it because the situation is not perfect.
Yeah. It and I bet you, did that guy have a video up on Facebook? He probably didn't. What? The guy who was commenting probably didn't have his own video on Facebook.
I'm sorry, I got some problem with this with the internet. I didn't hear what you have been saying last couple of seconds. Yeah.
All right, you can hear me now, though.
Now, yeah.
Okay. No, I was saying the guy who was commenting to you. Did he have a video that he could show himself intercepting?
I didn't see.
Yeah.
Actually.
Probably not, because they, a lot of them talk, but they don't do as much. So you talked about Jeet Kune Do as an idea.
Yeah.
And Joaquin Almeria, you said, so he's trained with Ted Wong and Jerry Poteet.
No. It was Ivan.
Oh, Ivan. Okay.
Yeah. It's my friend. Joaquim Almeria is a student of, as far as I know, he's a student of Danny Nosanto and mostly of Danny Nosanto. He has been training with Yorinaga Nakamura, with Brandon Lee. It was the time he's been training with Brandon Lee, and mostly he is the follower of Danny Nosanto method.
Okay. All right. Then that explains the other part, because I saw a video of you. There's one guy who is in the videos with you all the time. Who's that guy?
Is my you mean my partner?
Okay, that's yeah.
He is my student whom I made the second instructor, and now he's leading a kickboxing group in my gym.
Okay.
And he's my partner on these videos, even on YouTube videos, because He can handle all I'm doing with him.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a joke, but still, he knows very good stuff he's doing, and he's self-critical. And I see he's doing well. He's studying, he's learning, and everything is good. But still, he all the time he's saying that, man, I don't like myself. I feel that I'm doing shit, and I could improve it every time. Well, it's a very good quality.
Yeah. Is that a Ukrainian attitude to not believe in yourself?
No, no, no. He believes.
Okay.
He's a big joker for the first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
big joker, and sometimes I don't really understand he's saying truth or he's joking.
Okay.
Yeah, every time, but he believes in himself. I believe in him, and but still, there is a very, very tiny edge between not believing in yourself and to be self-critical.
Hmm.
If person doesn't believe in himself, he will be depressed.
Yeah.
But this guy is quite funny for being depressed. But still, he's self-critical, which makes him to do better every time.
Yeah.
To better to train well.
As I was looking up stuff on you and on Ukraine and what have you, it's an unbelievably beautiful country. Uh, it is. It is. I saw St. Andrew's Church, so they named that church after you, right?
Mhm.
Uh, but what's your least favorite thing about Ukraine and your most favorite thing about Ukraine?
My favorite thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, well, I'm a very sentimental person, and my favorite thing is a place where I was born and grew up. It's not all the Ukraine or all Kyiv, but streets where I was growing up. It's the hood of my school, of my university. When I was young, it was a lot things happened that period, that places. I know, that Lavra. Have you heard about it?
No.
It's a big church complex with a couple of caves. It's a saint place.
Okay.
It's a very famous saint place, and foreign tourists usually come there to visit this place. It is one of the first places they visit coming to Kyiv. And I can understand it because I've been traveling with my wife not long ago to Istanbul, and we have been visiting Sofia. And yeah, it was like first place to visit. But since I'm living here, since I live here, it may be not so unbelievable for me because I can go there anytime, and
Hmm.
I know where it's situated. And the most important things for me living in Kiev is things which is connected with my memories, with my good memories, with my youth memories. When I was studying, when I was dating first, and stuff like this.
Hmm. Um, what what's the plan for Jeet Kune Do? Two things I want you to talk about. So
Mhm.
let's do this one first. You used to be a stunt man.
Yeah.
Where?
Actually, I used to be a stuntman and even a fighting choreographer, but in a couple of local projects in Kiev. Because, as I told you before, Ukraine is not a movie country. It's not a movie city,
Right.
Kiev. But we got a very famous movie studio. It's called Dovzhenko, and there was a time, the Soviet Union period, when there were a lot of movies made. But if we're talking about stunt company, it was a company which existed like maybe 5 years.
Okay.
This is not quite long, and in this company, I was doubler. I was fighting choreographer, and we have been taking part in some shots of commercials, of USA commercials.
All right.
I remember one of these projects when Martin Campbell came to Kyiv to make a Lenovo computers commercial, and he took one of USA one of the famous stuntmen, Damian Walters. You know this guy?
No, that one I don't know.
A bald-headed guy who was a doubler of Prince of Persia, Ninja Assassin, and stuff like this.
Okay.
Where it was a lot of tricks, a lot of acrobatics.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this. And it was one of projects when I should be a doubler, and or just a stuntman, piece of the crowd who should fall down somewhere, downstairs, or some tricks like this.
Right.
We have been traveling to St. Petersburg, to Russia, the year before all this stuff started in our country. And we have been taking part in their projects. I should make a fighting choreography, a fight scene,
Mhm.
and I should be one of the guys, of these bad guys who will catch punches and kicks. Yeah, and
But you taught yourself how to do that from watching Jackie Chan?
no, well, actually, I've took a lot, and I've learned a lot with my, sorry, извиняюсь. I just accidentally stepped on my wife's leg. So, yeah. Okay. I've taken a lot of Jackie Chan movies and Mortal Kombat TV series. I've started I've learned how to do some of tricks myself, uh, and it was quite correct. When I
Mhm.
came to this stunt team, I was taught how to do tricks. I was taught how to fall correctly,
Right.
and just to make it right, safe, and beautiful at the same time.
Okay.
Uh, I got some period of studying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So, um, what's the plan for Jeet Kune Do in Ukraine?
Well, for now, I don't know how it will sound sad or optimistic. I'm the only JQED planned for Ukraine because,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm doing my best to make it popular here. I even got 2 pages in the Instagram. The first is total page of my gym,
Mhm.
where's Jeet Kune Do, kickboxing, MMA, and one page specially for Jeet Kune Do. And
Okay.
I'm concentrating more on Jeet Kune Do because everybody knows MMA, kickboxing, but no, almost nobody knows JKD, Jeet Kune Do.
Right.
For now, I'm doing my best to make advertisements, to make even some short tutorials. I've done two. Как будет платно? Paid tutorials.
Mhm.
Well, for money. Yeah, and well, when I started to advertise them, there were some people who bought it, and a couple of them are from Ukraine, couple of them are from Russia,
Mhm.
and actually, it started to be more famous than it was,
Okay.
but it's the matter of time. Actually, it is the matter
Right.
of time. I got some students. I got a very small group of Jeet Kune Do. It's like 6 or 7 people for now. It
Mhm.
was bigger, but before this quarantine, it was quite bigger.
Yeah.
But now it's like 6 or 7 people. But almost all my private lessons is JKD private lessons.
Excellent.
So,
Did you the COVID virus, did that have a similar effect in Ukraine as it did the rest of the world?
yep.
Yeah.
It got the similar effect then, and it got the similar effect right now.
Yeah.
All people got their own opinion, and no, let's not talk about politics.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about the when's Joaquin Almeria coming back?
To Ukraine?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's a good question. I'm doing my best actually when I will deal with my debts, which I got because of this COVID.
Okay.
Because my rent haven't disappeared, because I've stopped my training for 3 months, but my rent
Right.
didn't stop.
Yeah.
So I need to deal with my debts. It's not very big, but still,
It's there. Yeah.
And I will do all my best to invite him again for some interesting seminar, or maybe I'm keeping in touch with my friend Ivan Rex Leon, and he got a very, very big plan. He wants to move to Ukraine.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know why. It's not actually bad, but I just don't know why. But he loves Ukraine. He says that he feel himself here like at home.
Wow.
He's from Buffalo, as far as I know, and he is telling that he doesn't feel like at home in his home, but he feels himself here as at home.
Okay.
So
Hey.
yeah, he is writing me regularly. I'm writing to him, and he wants to come back here to make some, to take some beer with me in some pub, to talk about life, just to meet me, to meet my guys, our team, because we're like family already. And then he got a very, very good, a big plan of making some events like seminars, to invite Joachim Almeria, to make some events not only in Ukraine but in Russia also, and in the closest countries in Eastern Europe, and maybe in Saudi Arabia.
Nice.
So he is a firefighter at the military bases. He was in Iraq when I met him first, and after that now he's in American base on Hawaii, and he got a very good contract, and I still don't know if he moved there or not, in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
It was the most the best contract for him, to collect money to make some events, to make his school, to run his school, and to make a bridge between all martial artists, between all JKD guys all over the world, and even to make some competitions, some sport competitions,
Right.
and yeah, stuff like this.
Would you recommend being a Jeet Kune Do pioneer in a country? Would you recommend it to anybody else? Is it hard? Is it easy?
It is always hard, and actually it depends on the country. In Ukraine, it is hard to make something popular, because there's two ways. The first way is the easiest way, and it needs some time to be taken to develop this style. You should do your best. You should make some commercials. You should make some advertisement. Maybe take part in some events. We got some events, like one of them is called Warrior of the Light. It is a festival of martial arts where people meet. People start to be friends. Different kind of schools, instructors, like karate guys, Aikido guys, Jiu-Jitsu, Ninjutsu, kickboxing, and everybody's in one bunch. Everybody's speaking with each other on different topics, starting to become friends. These kind of events, and to make a lot of videos, to make Instagram, Facebook, and other sources. It is actually the easiest way, which can be very good for people who have families, who doesn't have a time just to make only martial art, some events, to travel, because I don't have an ability to live on my cases, just to travel every time.
Right.
It is the hardest way, but it can give the result quicker if you are traveling a lot, if you are giving seminars, if you are explaining people what is it, what have you brought with you. That it is, look here, it is Jeet Kune Do. What the hell is Jeet Kune Do? Jeet Kune Do is Bruce Lee's martial arts. Oh, I thought he was doing karate. No, he was doing Jeet Kune Do, and blah blah blah. And every place you visit, you should talk, you should show, you should make some introduction lessons.
Right.
And yeah, it's the hardest way, but still it is possible, but it's not easy.
Okay, let's finish up with that then. Instead of blah blah blah, if somebody says to you, what is Jeet Kune Do? How do you explain it? Somebody who's interested to learn, somebody who's interested to find out, and they say to you, what is Jeet Kune Do? What do you say to them?
Firstly, it is Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. The second is a self-defense system. Well, I usually, some of my students came here, came to my group after a self-defense system. Some of them came here after Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. So it is the clearest way to explain. What is Jeet Kune Do? It's Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. It's a Kung Fu of Bruce Lee. It's not a style of Bruce Lee. It is a Kung Fu of Bruce Lee. And what is a Kung Fu Bruce Lee? It's a self-defense system. It's not a sport. It doesn't have any competitions. Well, actually, using JKD concepts, you may take part in competitions, but still, as a system, not a style, but a system, as a martial art, it is a self-defense, first of all. So be ready to some dirty movements like eye jabs, like groin kicks, and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a Bruce Lee's Kung Fu and a self-defense system, or
Okay.
Bruce Lee's self-defense system.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's 1 a.m. in Ukraine. Go get some sleep.
I'll try.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this. We'll see how things go, and we'll come back around and do this again, and you'll update me on the developments of Jeet Kune Do in Ukraine. I wish you all the best, man. Anything I can do to help, be sure to let me know.
Thank you very much
Okay.
for
All right.
inviting. It was a very nice chat.
Okay. All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Have a good evening. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. That was episode number 146. I just realized I forgot to ask Andrew who I should bring on the show, but that's because I asked myself that question while he was talking, so I already had the answer. So feel free to share, comment, ask questions. I'll ask Andrew to go through the comments and answer anything if necessary. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D. Woods. I Love Jeet Kune Do. Quick Skill Series Volume 1 is available. Coming up this time next week, we might be, no, not this time next week, because we're starting early next week. We're starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And that'll be episode 147 with Neil McLeod of McLeod Academy in the UK. Right, so set your timers now. 3 p.m. Next week. Right, so I'll see some of you then. Next Wednesday we'll have another issue of the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. Right, okay, so that's it for me for this week. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, signing off. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Talk soon. Take care.